Tonight was the go home show for Friday Night Smackdown for tomorrow's Royal Rumble. And as far as major moments in this show, there wasn't many. One thing that I really enjoyed from this show was the Kevin Owens CM Punk confrontation, which we got in the opening of this show. But I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in here for the Smackdown post review, post analysis for the go home show, like I said, for the Royal Rumble. So we started off with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee introducing us to the show. I was kind of tripping because I heard Michael Cole's voice and I immediately thought, like, what is Michael Cole doing on SmackDown when he's, clearly a Raw announcer? But, these two guys, they just welcomed us to Indianapolis, Indiana. In case you didn't know where the Royal Rumble was taking place, it's taking place in Indiana. They almost beat that into your head where the Royal Rumble is taking place, which, great for them. But Michael Cole ends up introducing us to Joe Tessitore, who is in the ring, who is going to conduct an in-ring interview with Kevin Owens. He says that, due to last week, Kevin Owens got up all in his face and, called him a biased reporter and calling his questioning as far as his journalism goes and whatnot. So he, gave Kevin Owens the opportunity here tonight, to tell his side of the story as to why he thinks that the announcers and the commentators and everybody, is favoring Cody Rhodes and is favoring Cody Rhodes' side and whatnot. So Kevin Owens does come out here and says that, he's really upset at the fact that he said that he saw Seth Rollins and CM Punk last Monday night almost not even take him seriously, almost as if Kevin Owens just doesn't even matter. It's almost in their mind that, they know that Cody's winning, which obviously Cody Rhodes is winning. There's no doubt about that. And he says that he's not even going to say a word in this interview, that the only reason he came out here is to grab his Winged Eagle title, which was hanging alongside the Undisputed Championship in the ring, above the ring. And as he's leaving, we hear CM Punk's entrance music. CM Punk comes out, which again surprises me because, I wasn't expecting Punk here. I knew Punk was obviously in town for the Rumble and whatnot, but I wasn't expecting Punk to come out here. And we get a cool little stare down between CM Punk and Kevin Owens, as like the crowd, you can see the crowd in the background just going ape shit, because this is the second tease that WWE is giving us as far as CM Punk, because I feel like they're giving out these teases with Cody against Punk or with Kevin against Punk to kind of almost feel the waters as to what the audience wants to see. And obviously the audience, they just want to see Punk against whoever for a title at WrestleMania. So CM Punk comes out here and, he apologizes to Kevin Owens, for essentially neglecting him this past Monday night, for essentially looking past Kevin Owens. And he says that, regardless though, Kevin Owens has to beat this pissed off, angry version of Cody Rhodes in a ladder match tomorrow night. And then, when CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble, he will face Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. And then Kevin Owens, takes the microphone and says that, out of everybody in the Royal Rumble match, he would prefer any of those 29 other guys to win other than CM Punk. He says that because it makes him so happy. It gives him a warm, tingling feeling that, Kevin Owens has main evented and has had titles after titles and has main evented WrestleMania over CM Punk. He says that CM Punk has never main evented a WrestleMania. He said that, he'll feel so happy and so warm that CM Punk will go to his grave never main eventing WrestleMania and only watching Kevin Owens get better and better as time goes on, which then causes CM Punk to bring up losses that, Kevin Owens has had at the Royal Rumble, because Kevin Owens has had title matches, I think, for like, a good 5 years straight at the Royal Rumble and has lost every single title match. And one of those losses was against Logan Paul, which CM Punk brought up here, and he said that, that was a tough one for him to even say, because losing to Logan Paul, is almost such an embarrassment for anybody. And he also mentioned the fact that, Kevin Owens is almost so insecure that he has to rely on people like Sami Zayn, has to manipulate people like Sami Zayn into, Kevin Owens winning the championship tomorrow night. And then Punk alludes to the fact that, if all this happens, if all the stars align, if Punk wins tomorrow night, and if Owens wins tomorrow night against Cody, against a very angry Cody, as he pointed out, then, that's going to be at WrestleMania, and he's going to kick his ass at WrestleMania. But tonight, he has the opportunity, if Kevin Owens just steps in the ring and confronts CM Punk, and they, go at it man to man. And, it looks like Kevin Owens is going to accept this challenge. but as you know it, Kevin Owens walks off and leaves CM Punk in the ring by himself. So like I said, I thought this was a very good back and forth, very good promo. I think, like I said, they want to keep you guessing as to who Punk is gonna choose if he wins tomorrow night, which like I said, I think Punk is my heavy favorite to win tomorrow night. But this is my predictions. They could easily pull a 180 and have somebody else that we're not even thinking about win tomorrow night. But like I said, very good back and forth, very good exchange to start the show off real hot. We had Jimmy Uso against Carmelo Hayes tonight. Jimmy Uso was in the back. He was cutting a promo on his way to the ring. And, throughout the night, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura, in the background, almost sort of just acknowledging and watching certain people like LA Knight, like Damian Priest, like Jimmy Uso. So like I said, we get Jimmy Uso against Carmelo Hayes here tonight because, we were supposed to get that match, I think 2 weeks ago, but we didn't end up getting it for something else. But yeah, I think these two guys work really well against each other. Jimmy Uso ended up getting the win, I think with a roll-up, which was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, which was a little sloppy looking, but Jimmy Uso did get the win. Next, we got Damian Priest, who was moved over from Monday Night Raw onto SmackDown a few weeks ago in the transfer window. And, he came out here and cut a promo essentially running down what he's gonna do on SmackDown, why he left Raw, the sort of transition from Raw to SmackDown. He said he's not looking, he doesn't like to look in the past, but he's only going to look towards the future. All of a sudden, this brings out Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga to the ring. Now, again, like I said, they're trying to tease a lot of matches with Jacob Fatu, matches like Braun Breaker, like Braun Strowman, and now we had this match teased up between, Damian Priest and Jacob Fatu. And I tell you, Jacob Fatu promo segments are one thing that you're going to see in abundance nowadays, because Jacob Fatu, he clearly stated in his promo tonight that he is off the leash. He made a statement to that fact that he's off the leash, that he's not being controlled no more, that, Damian Priest and Jacob Fatu both came from the streets and that they both made it out and got to this point. And he said that Damian Priest isn't going to make a name for himself on his brand, on Jacob Fatu's brand. And Damian Priest simply states back in Spanish, like, I ain't afraid of you, motherfucker. That's essentially what Damian Priest said to Jacob Fatu. And he took out Tama Tonga. And Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga went after Damian Priest. This brings out LA Knight. And we get this match signed up for later tonight in the tag team match main event. So we got this match at the end of the night for the main event. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga against Damian Priest and LA Knight, which was a pretty good match. Honestly surprised me that Damian Priest got the win. But one thing that I did notice was Damian Priest, I think going forward, is going to be sort of a top name on the SmackDown brand, because the reaction that he was getting as he picked up the W was a top babyface reaction, to be honest. But after he won the match, Jacob Fatu got his heat back, so to speak, and laid out Damian Priest with a flying moonsault from the top rope to end the show. Now, I do predict that tomorrow night Jacob Fatu is going to be in the Royal Rumble and is going to create a mess as far as, eliminations go and whatnot. And I do predict that we'll see Solo Sikoa tomorrow enter the Royal Rumble match. Now, what does that mean for Solo and Jacob? That's up for interpretation. I could tell you a million ideas as to what I think Solo and Jacob, their relationship is going to be going forward, but I do think that we'll see him tomorrow night, and sort of Jacob Fatu will be sort of almost confused as to what his position and what his stance is with Solo Sikoa tomorrow night. Now, those were the major happenings on this show. We also got some happenings with Motor City Machine Guns. They were in a 8-man tag team match, which they ended up winning. So like I said, that leaves me with my Wrestling Booker 101, that if they win here on the Go Home show, they're probably not winning tomorrow night. And I predicted that DIY is going to win tomorrow night. We also got Liv Morgan against Naomi in a pretty nothing match. I felt like this match really didn't forward anything or do anything for anybody, and Naomi picked up the W against Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan got her heat back and attacked Naomi. So I mean, just a nothing match, to be honest. So overall, from tonight's SmackDown, I recommend you watch the CM Punk and Kevin Owens face to face. They're back and forth, and you can't go wrong with watching Jacob Fatu at all. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you guys think about SmackDown, about the Royal Rumble tomorrow night. It's going to be a big one tomorrow night. Big Royal Rumble PLE. We will be here as well, talking about it after the show. And until next time, we'll see y'all here back tomorrow. Take care, y'all.